Hiya, it's Claire McTurnan, and today is day 6 of the Business Growth Programme here in this Facebook group. So we have talked about so far the need to express the value of what you deliver, especially in any communication you have with a prospect or client. The need to carve out some time every day to work on growing your business. We've talked about ideal clients and their pain. We've talked about pricing. And yesterday we talked about proposals. So today, day 6, we're going to talk about marketing. Now, this is the lifeblood of your business and probably the one thing most people don't like doing. And the reason you don't like doing it is because you have to put yourself out there in order to bring the inquiries in. And then putting yourself out there brings up all that comfort zone stuff and tends to pull us back and make us play a smaller game, which then in turn impacts our bank balance quite significantly. So if you agree with that statement, if you know you have held back in the past from putting yourself out there and you know that has impacted your bank balance, then pop a comment below. Now, in my experience, most people probably do 3 kinds of marketing. They have a website, but in all fairness, the website isn't doing anything for them. They very rarely get any inquiries through their website. But let's say they've got a website that's working. They go networking. Most people at some time have tried networking, and most people are generating referrals. Hi, Sean, how you doing? So those are the 3 standard things most people do when it comes to marketing their business. Now, imagine that's only 3 things. Now, a good, healthy business that has a fab, steady flow of inquiries for multiple marketing channels, so it's quite de-risked, are actually doing, making sure I'm getting the right number of fingers now, are actually doing 8 different types of marketing. So the people I described just now are just doing 3. And in all fairness, their website's not working. They're probably pretty rubbish at networking, in all honesty, and they're getting the odd referral. And they're relying on that odd referral to actually make any money. So imagine the difference if you had 5 marketing channels working effectively, efficiently, and pretty much continually. Imagine the effect that's going to have on your pipeline. I tell you, you're going to sleep much better at night when you've got this number of channels working for you, bringing leads in. Now, it doesn't have to be overwhelming to have 8 channels working for you at once. The thing to do is build them on steadily and consistently. And once you've built a new one in and it feels like you've got it working well and you're comfortable with it, then you add on the next one. So please don't go running out and add on a whole load of new marketing, because you'll do it for about a week and then stop. And that is not going to help you. Marketing is basically all about showing up consistently so people know to come to you when they have the problem they know you can fix. This is why DFS are always telling us they have a sale on. It's not because they think we are continually buying sofas. It's so that one time in every, 5 years or whatever, we want to go and buy a new sofa, we go to them. And that's what you need to do with your marketing. You need to be constantly out there, so when people have the problem that you solve, they know you're the one to go to. Now, there are some marketing channels that are better for others depending on what you do and this kind of thing. Now, I have some personal favorites. Now, content marketing is one of my faves. Now, the downside of content marketing is it can take a little bit of time to generate the content. But content can be everything from videos, it can be blogs, it can be just posts on social media. That's content. So generating content is really important. And once you have a lot of content, so I've been blogging since 2012, so I have a ton of blogs, I have a load of videos and this kind of stuff. Once you have a lot of it, you need to be able to curate it. So by that I mean you need to keep track of what it is and where you're sharing it, just so you're doing it in a way that actually looks consistent and isn't confusing people, that you know where it's gone and that you're not repeating it too frequently. Right, so everybody should be doing content marketing of some form. Everybody should be communicating with their list. Everybody should have a list. Do you have a list? So by a list, I mean basically a list of emails that are basically your ideal prospects. These are the people who hopefully at some point will make a decision to buy your stuff. You need to be sort of like I was going to say broadcasting, but let's say communicating with them on a regular basis. That is really important. Like, you read some stuff every now and then saying email marketing is dead. A load of rubbish. Really is a load of rubbish. The only reason email marketing will be dead in your head is if you're not writing compelling stuff on your emails for your audience to want to read it. Okay, so if your audience is not responding to your email marketing, it means you need to improve it. It does not mean it is not a good channel. Another one of my absolute favorites at the moment is LinkedIn. You know, LinkedIn has so much power and it's free. You know, like, you don't need to pay for the premium membership. I am a premium member because I use it so much, but you can do so much on the free version. And you can target people in a way that would cost you shed loads to do on Facebook. So if you're a B2B business or even a B2C, if you know your demographic well, you can make LinkedIn work really nicely for you. You can target the people to bring them into your audience, you know, in a way that you just can't do easily on other platforms. So LinkedIn is an absolute stonker of a thing to be working with. Another great one is speaking, like video content is speaking, you know, speaking on other people's stages, speaking at networking events, like anywhere where an audience that could be good for you, anywhere you can get to speak in that kind of audience is golden. Like podcasts, they're like speaking. So anywhere where you can get in on that kind of action, you need to add it into the mix. And I know speaking can be one of those things that gets some people really, really anxious. I totally get that. I was going to say I used to detest. That's probably unfair because I still don't like doing video. But I know it is really good for my business. The number of inquiries I get in, and in that first bit of information to me, they're telling me that the reason they've reached out to me is because of my videos. So as much as I don't like doing them, I know they have hopefully a positive impact on the people that watch them. So that's why I produce the videos. So all of this, you've got to just get out of your own way, which I know is easier said than done. But by doing that, you are bringing people towards you, and that's how you're going to succeed. You can't have a successful business if you spend your time hiding from your prospects. So if you're not getting out there, then you are hiding, and I promise you, hiding is not an effective way of growing your business. So if you have time on your hands, networking is a great thing to do. Networking becomes a challenge once you're getting really busy and you don't have much time on your hands. And then you can do far more online networking because it's a lot easier to dip in and out between meetings and that kind of thing when you're communicating online with people. But if you have the time, definitely go networking. You know, if you're not good at networking, if you feel like you need help, please go and check out Stephen Thomas's resources. He is awesome. He is like the UK's guru on business networking. He wrote Business Networking for Dummies. He's a great friend. So please check him out if you need help specifically with networking. Now, all of these different marketing channels all require one thing. They all require you to have a really good marketing message. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a shed load of time getting nowhere because your message is just blending in and nobody wants to interact with you. So if you feel that you've tried one of the methods I've just mentioned and it hasn't worked, I promise you it is not the method itself. It'll be the message you were using. And that may be slightly harsh, but I tell you, it's totally true. And if you are relying on word of mouth referrals, so somebody who's used your services to tell somebody else they should use you to actually grow your business and survive, not even thrive, but survive, then that is a really good indication that your marketing is not good enough. Okay? Word of mouth referrals are ace. You can't beat them for conversion and that kind of thing. But you do not want to be relying on them to fundamentally grow your business. They should be the icing on the cake. Don't make it that that's the whole cake because that's a very dangerous place to be. So if you are relying on word of mouth referrals and if some of the classic marketing channels haven't worked for you, it's because your marketing message isn't good enough. And I can guarantee if you fall into that category I've just described, if I looked at your marketing, I reckon it's all about you. Your marketing should not be all about you. It needs to be all about them, all about your ideal prospects and what you can do for them. So if you're struggling to get any traction when you're out networking or in your content marketing and your emails, whatever it is, it'll be because your message isn't good enough. So please go away and review that. Hopefully I've said that with enough passion that you understand exactly what I mean. So if you're falling into that trap, go and look at it and change it. What I love about marketing is it's really easy to change it. All of the methods I've told you about don't rely on anything being printed. You don't have to have a PDF of anything. Do you know what I mean? It's everything you can just change on the fly. It's mostly the words coming out of your mouth or the things you're typing in to social media or into your blog and that kind of stuff, right? The stuff you're saying on stage. It's all stuff you can change in an instant. So all of this marketing is free for you to improve. So please go away and reflect on that and see what you need to change. And in my experience, this is probably the biggest area where I positively impact my clients' businesses, because we work really hard in getting those marketing messages correct. Because without that, if my clients go out and do more marketing, if their message is wrong, then it makes no impact. You know, they're out spending more time marketing and getting really demoralized because they're not getting the inquiries back. So we work really, really hard at helping them get their marketing bang on point. So we're constantly reviewing stuff. When I see them posting out on social media and I see it and go, oh, that's not right, they've missed the point they're trying to make, but I'm screenshotting it, writing notes on it and sending it back to them. And I have 50 plus clients, so that in itself can take quite a bit of time sometimes. But it's so important, and because I know how fundamentally important that is for the success of their business and how they feel about their business, then we focus really hard on it. And for me, that's one of the reasons why I am different to other people out there that broadly do what I do. Because a lot of coaches will sit back and take you on a journey, but it's a journey that you are on your own voyage of discovery. So a pure coach will ask questions to help you find the answers yourself. I find people want to work with me because they know I've already got the answers. So they don't want me to take them on their own personal voyage of discovery. They want me to show them exactly what they need to do to grow the business, to get the clients coming to them. And that's what I do. I just show them the way. You know, we have kickoff calls, we have monthly meetings, we have 2 accountability calls a month. We have loads of touch points to help them get that result, because that's what matters, isn't it? Realistically, we're in business so we can pay the bills and have the life we want to have. So if your business isn't paying the bills, then action needs to be taken so it does. So you can relax and not worry about the money in the bank account. And that is what good marketing fundamentally does for your business. Now, here, before I make it sound like all I do is marketing, obviously marketing is a really important engine of the business. And once we've got that bit sorted out, we then work on their sales skills. So when the inquiries come in, they can convert them. We make sure they have the proposals correct, like I mentioned yesterday. So everything they've got all lines up to help them get that yes. We make sure the pricing's right. So when they are getting a yes, it's a one that's worthwhile them actually delivering, because it's not screwing themselves over and doing it too cheaply. You know, we make sure they can deliver it all seamlessly. We just tie the whole thing up. We're constantly looking at the performance of the business to make sure it's going where they want it to go. And that's what I do. So I refer to myself as a business growth expert. That's what I do. I grow businesses. And it's never just about the marketing piece, even though that is fundamental to the success of the business. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. So I don't like being referred to as a coach, because there's so many, excuse my language, pink and fluffy coaches out there that take you on that voyage of discovery, that I don't want people to think I'm like that. Now, I have loads of respect for those kind of coaches, and they can deliver great value for the right people. But I find I get an awful lot of people come towards me because they don't want that kind of coach. They want a coach that is actually going to tell them in the nicest possible way what to do so they can make the progress thereafter. And that's the kind of one I am. I am a qualified coach, and I do sometimes use my dark arts to help clients get the results they need. But fundamentally, I give you the recipe. I show you the recipe you need to implement to get the result. And the way I do that is I run events called Discovery Days. On a Discovery Day, it does what it says on the tin. So you come and spend the day with me. We're up to 5 other businesses, so we always cap it at 6 people. And I show you what it's like to work with me. I show you the methodology I use, and I'm dipping into parts of that doing this free video series at the moment. So I show you that methodology, and really importantly, I show you the results people get. I show you the problems they had when they came to me, and then the results they get as by implementing the methodology I show you. And you get to hear from the clients themselves. Sometimes I even have your one in the room. You get to meet me and usually at least one other member of my team. So you get to know what it's like. And because there's only a few people in the room, the level of interaction is really high. So you get a good feeling of what I'm actually like. And I get to suss you out a bit. And then we just have a chat. It's as simple as that. So we have 2 Discovery Days coming up, one in September and one in October. So if you want to know whether I'm the right kind of person to work with you to help you up level and get the result you really want, then drop me a message or pop something in the comments and we will reach out to you and have a chat. So I really hope today's video has been of use. I mean, I tell you, those marketing channels and getting up to 8 consistent marketing channels running the whole time is fundamentally important for your success. I tell you, when I get clients doing this, that's when the magic starts to happen. I get really nervous when they get stuck in 1 or 2 and they don't want to expand beyond that, because that is quite a high-risk strategy. Imagine when you have 8 going, that really de-risks your marketing approach and enables that stream of leads to come your way. But anyway, I'm going to stop now because otherwise I could rabbit on for hours about this kind of thing. So I'm Claire McTurnan, the only person in the UK that specialises in sustainable growth for service businesses. So if you exchange your time for money, I can show you exactly how to reach the results you're after. My strapline, no fluff, just results. So I hope that's been helpful and I'll catch you tomorrow.